All right, everybody, welcome to the call on tonight. I wanted to do a brief overview backed by popular demand. We are starting our $1,000 to $100,000 challenge. We're doing our 1K to 100,000K challenge, and I'm here to talk a little bit about it and to also tell you how it is possible. My name is Dr. Kathy Kirkland. I am a co-pastor of a church here in Killeen, Texas. And I own a couple of businesses. I own a Faith Christian Academy, which is a child care facility. I also am the CEO of Events by Kathy, and I own a couple of real estate investment companies, the Kirkland Group and the Killeen Group, and I'm also the owner of I Build Legacies. And I'm here to talk to you. You were invited tonight by someone who has been on my trainings and have signed up to do exactly what I've done and has been very successful in a amount of time. And so I'm here to briefly talk about that, to let you know what you can expect, to plant a seed into you so that you're able to reap a harvest. And what I do for a living now is I trade Forex. I trade foreign currency. And the reason why I trade Forex is because it's been around since 4 AD. It's been around for 2,014 years. It has never crashed. It has never filed bankruptcy. It has never closed its doors, and it has never laid anybody off for 2,014 years. It has only been prosperous for that whole time, and it's the only company that have withstood every economic crisis this world has had since 4 AD. And, I told you earlier coming in that I am a pastor of a church. And I found in scripture in Ecclesiastes 11:1, the Good News Translation states that it's good to enter into foreign trade because you never know what bad luck this world is going to give you. And you need a minimum of 7 streams of income in order to survive. Some of us are living off of 1, 2 streams, and even 4 streams of income, and you're still struggling. So if the richest man on earth, the richest man that ever lived, and the wisest man that ever lived, stated that you needed to have a minimum of 7 streams of income to survive. If you have 8, you're doing really good. But we're living off of 7. And we're in an economic crisis right now. Every 7 to 10 years, this economy goes into an economic crisis. You have 7 years of plenty, and then you have 7 years of lean. And when we get into these crises like this, a lot of things get cut back, and I got tired of the economy dictating to me how my house was gonna run, how my businesses was gonna be affected, and I got tired of struggling. So I knew I needed to do something new. I was first introduced to foreign currency back in 2007, 2008, and during that time, the real estate market crashed. In 2008, they called it the Great Recession. And I didn't pay any attention to it at the time because I was making a killing off of real estate. And I always thought everybody had to have a place to stay. So that's one thing that I can invest in for everybody to be able to where I could be able to prosper and stay rich. But the thing is when the economic crisis happened and the real estate market crashed, people started moving into smaller homes, started renting instead of buying, started moving into houses with families so that they could save money. And in order to be able to still be able to survive and accommodate. They cut vacations out. They stopped traveling all over the world and started going to villages on vacation and things like that. So I was initially introduced to the Forex market by Dr. Jewel Tankard. She ran into the owner of this company called Imarkets Live, Christopher Terry, and he told her that I could show you a skill set to where you'll never have to want for financial money again. And what I like about him is he worked on Wall Street for 25 years. He was the top trader on Wall Street for a long time. He traded billion-dollar accounts. He was on CBNC Money. He's been in all kinds of money magazines, and he's a multi-billionaire. And what he told her was that he promised God a long time ago that if he ever made it big, he would make this affordable for the average person to be able to trade Forex. And he kind of had like a pursuit and happiness story. He was homeless, throughout his life, childhood life and adulthood life. And he said that he would bring Wall Street to Main Street. So I met her in Dallas, and he had a couple of people up there, a few people up there who was at an event. And so I got a chance to talk to a few of them, and they were kids. And the reason why I call them kids because they were my children's age. And I was like, one of them was like between 17 and 19, and they were like, I quit college. And I was like, why did you quit college? And she said, because I made $70,000 the other day. And I'm like, you made what? Yes, I made $70,000 the other day. And then one said I made $105,000 last week. And the other one said I make $150,000 a week. And then there was one that really impressed me that said I made $450,000 in 90 days. And he was about 26, 27 years old. And then I'm like, you did what? He was like, yeah, I made $450,000 in 90 days. So I was like, okay, I'm looking at these kids. I was like, if these kids can do it, I could do it. So Christopher Terry said, if you can copy and paste, I will show you how to make money while you're learning the skill set. So I said, okay, so I come home, looking at the Forex market, and some of you know about the stocks and bonds, and some of you know about trading on Wall Street. But the thing is, on Wall Street, it is a $280 billion a day industry. We know that Wall Street makes money. Wall Street cannot function. Let me mute out. Wall Street cannot function unless they have money to invest in the stocks, right? The foreign exchange market is a $5.7 trillion a day industry. So a lot of Fortune 500 companies are backed by Forex. In order for Wall Street to function, this is one thing that this whole nation have in common is foreign currency. So I came home and I got on one of the live trainings that they did, and I did everything that he said do. I didn't skip a step. I didn't go ahead. I didn't be greedy or anything like that. He told us what to buy and sell, and I put $40 into an account to trade, $40. And you would think that $40 was like $40,000, because at that point I was broke, busted, and disgusted. I had just filed, I had my 401k crashed right along with the market. And when it crashed, my whole world crashed right along with it. So I had about $50,000, $40 to $50,000 in there, and they had got down to $2,000. So needless to say, my retirement was gone. I was about to lose my car and everything. All of that was going away. So I put $40 into a live market, and I bought what they said buy or sell at the time. And literally, God is my witness, in 30 minutes to an hour, my $40 was now $500. And so I started screaming, yes, I finally found it. I'm going to be rich. The scriptures is real. Ecclesiastes 11:1, the good news talks about it's good to enter into foreign trade because you never know what bad luck is going to give you. So I now remember that you need a minimum of 17 income. So what happened was, I remember Christopher Terry telling me that money moves faster in the middle of the night. This is one thing that this whole nation have in common. Everybody at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time is up all over the world trading foreign currency. So I got up at 1 o'clock, and during this time, the owner himself, the top trader on Wall Street, before he left there and started his own company, was up teaching us how to trade. So I got on with him. He told us what to buy and what to sell. And he gave us a take profit and a stop loss. And he said, don't worry about it. Don't stay up here all night. Don't be looking at it. New York session starts at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So 7 o'clock, I believe. He said, now we'll get up then, and then hopefully we'll wake up a profit. So 6 o'clock, 6:30, I grabbed my phone and I looked at it, and my balance that was at $40 at 9 o'clock that night, by 6:30 that morning, my balance was now $1,000. So, now it's like, I knew that this is what I needed to be doing in order to keep my house out of a financial recession every time this world went into a recession. So I took that $1,000. Remember, I was broke, busted, and disgusted at this time. So I took that $1,000. I took it and divided it up into 7 different accounts, because in the scripture it states that you need a minimum of 7 streams of income. 8 streams of income, you're doing really good, but 7 streams of income. And if Solomon traded foreign currency, it said he sent his ships out 7 different ways to go and trade. If Solomon traded foreign currency and he was the richest and wisest man that ever lived, I needed to be trading foreign currency. So for an example, if I made $1,000 in one account, I made a total of $7,000 because I had 1,000 in each account. So, and what I did was I labeled one because I need to pay my bills off, and I needed to, stop things from me losing things. So I labeled one to pay for my Mercedes, and I labeled one to pay off credit cards and things on my credit report. I labeled one to purchase real estate property. I labeled one to purchase an oil well, one to purchase land and, buy gold and silver. Then I had one for just strictly everyday bills, everyday things that was going on. So this was around the end of May, between the end of May, first part of July. By August, I paid off my Mercedes CLS 500. I posted it so people would know that it was real. I was so ecstatic. And September, I paid off stuff off my credit report and, credit cards. In October, it's on Facebook as well, I bought an investment property for $5,000. It was a tax lien property for $5,000. And it was valued at $350,000. It was a 6-bedroom, 3-story corner lot, walkout basement in a gated community. And I sold it for $275,000. I purchased an oil well that yields about $4,800 a month. I also purchased 27 acres of land. I paid off my church. I paid for my new church to be built. And also I did some remodeling at my house. So my $40 yielded me $1.3 million in a matter of 8 months. 8 months. So Shantae, if you're on, you can pull the screen up. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it and how we're doing it on this challenge. Last in October, we did a $50 to 10K challenge. And when we did that, we had some to make $80,000 in 70 days. Some made $13,000 in a week. Some made $10,000. Some made $1 million. Some made $100,000. And people really were successful off of it. So what we did was, now that you're at that 10K mark at a minimum, we took $1,000 out of that and we reinvested it into the market to turn that into $100,000. So, but even if you don't have that, if you have $200 to start, this is what we do. So your first night of trading, I get up in the middle of the night because money moves faster in the middle of the night, and everybody around the world is up and trading along with the banks. So your money that you have sitting in the bank that's being deposited, because you're holding on to it for a savings and you're trying to make interest off of it, so you're saving it for a rainy day, but you're not investing in it. Your bank is using your money to make billions of dollars every day. This is how they're able to loan you money to pay for your cars, to pay for your houses, to pay for, whatever you need a loan for. So if you have $20, you put in, $200, you put it into a Forex account. Your first night, you're going to trade 24 cents. I'm going to tell you what to buy and what to sell. Your goal for that night is $24. By the time we finish that trading session, your balance should be $224. So the next night, you're going to trade 27 cents. And your goal for that night is $27. And then at the end of that trading night, your balance should be $250.88. If you put $200 in your bank account and you go back 2 days later, are you going to have an increase of $50 and some change? Hold on. Are you going to have an increase of $50.88? I don't think so. So if we continue this on for 30 days, In 30 days, your $200 have now yielded you $3,808.01. Now your money is working for you. You're no longer working for your money. Now, keep in mind, if a man don't work, he don't eat. I fully believe in that. And I believe that your job has to be seed money. That's what your job is for. It has to be seed money. I'm going to get to that, James. I'm getting to that. Your job, really, when you look in the Bible, if any debt that you owe, you're supposed to be released from that debt in 7 years. So if you have debt, the way my interpretation of this is the book of Kirkland, you should only be on your job 7 years. And then after that, you should be released from your debt. Your debt should be paid, and you should have seed money to invest in the market in order to go on. So in 45 days, if you leave it in there, even if you take your $200 seed out at $3,808, you still have $3,600. In 45 days, if you leave it in there, in 45 days, your balance is now $20,843.42. If you leave it in there in 60 days, you now have $114,087.82. Who does that? Only the wealthy. So 1% of this world are investors. So remember when I said I build legacies, always exceed the standard. The standard is $114,000. If you hold it for a full 90 days, you will walk away with $3,418,062.07 off of a $200 investment into the market. During that process, the reason why I get up in the middle of the night is because somebody sowed a seed into me and showed me how to make money while I was learning the skill set. And it made me a millionaire. So now for those that have $1,000 to invest, I know income tax is getting ready to come up. Now we wasted on a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm asking you to put it in the market and let your money work for you so you no longer work for it. Your first night in the market, you're gonna trade $1.20, $1.20. Your goal for that day is $120 for that day. Your goal for that day is $120. By the end of that trading session, your balance is $1,120. The next night, the second night of trading, you're going to trade $1.34. Your goal for that day is $134. Your balance at the end of that is $1,254.40. You put $1,000 in the bank. You go back 2 days later, are you going to make $254.40 off that $1,000 deposit? I don't think so. So if you hold it in 30 days, your $1,000 have now yielded you $19,040.07. Write it down, $19,040.07 off of a $1,000 investment. Some of y'all waste $1,000 a month on nothing and don't have nothing to show for it. So in 45 days off of a $1,000 investment, your balance is now $104,217.09. We exceed the standard. But if you hold it for 90 days, no, 60 days, you will now have $570,439.08, $500,000 in 60 days. Who can use $500,000 in 60 days? So in 90 days, if you hold it, don't take none out. I know that's right, Jessica. Me and me again and me again. In 90 days, you hold that, you will walk away with $17,090,310.36. $17 million in 90 days if you follow the plan that I'm giving you. Keep in mind, I make no money off of showing you this. I make no money off of the money that you make from it. All I do is sow a seed so that you can reap the harvest. And I know eventually it'll come back to me because I am a woman of God. I am a woman of my word. And I do believe in the Bible and everything that it says. You jump on my sessions. I'm held accountable for anything that I teach you and tell you. All I have is a good name. And a good name is far more richer than any other thing that's out there. Now, I made a certain amount of money, but I know that this can happen because a friend of mine that followed this same process made $22 million in 90 days. And he was in the military. So, and there's some that's on this call on tonight. Miss Paula, if you can unmute and give your quick testimony. And Miss Paula hadn't even been trading foreign currency for 90 days. She hadn't even been in it the full 90 days yet at all. She haven't been in at all. So Paula, if you can unmute real quick.
And Dr. K, if it's okay, I'll share my screen and show you all. Let me see. I would like to show you, I'm not the most tech savvy person, but I do want to show you guys that, you know, this is real. And so if you can see this, I made the decision to take that big leap. And if you see the deposit, I put in $8,500 and the date was the 9th. So it was January the 9th, 2018. So 2 trading days following exactly what Dr. K said. I didn't do anything on my own because the first time I was just excited. Any trade was called, I was trying to jump in it and figure it out. And that's okay. I was willing to lose whatever I put in, and I'm okay with the gains that I received, but it wasn't where I wanted to be. This time I followed exactly what Dr. K said. I did 1 trade at a time. And you can see this, the dates here on January 10th and the 11th, and then the total profits was $8,600, and with a balance going into next week is $17,113. So I doubled the profits that I put in. I'm not asking you to do what I did, but I was in it long enough that I know that it works. It's wherever you can start. I have a friend that came in with $50. She was excited about her 17 at the end of the week. The point is biblically based and it works. And another thing that was huge for me is who you follow. And I believe in Dr. Kathy, and that's why I chose to do this. And she has not led us wrong. Thank you, Dr. Kathy.
Thank you. She made $8,000 in 2 days, almost $9,000 in 2 days. And literally when we get on, you're not on no more than 15 minutes to an hour. That's how fast it moves. That's how fast it moves. Miss Paula, are you out there? I mean, Pam. I'm sorry, Miss Pam, are you out there?
Hey, Dr. Kathy. Yes, I'm here.
This is the superstar of the day, of the year, of the hour.
Oh, really?
Testimony.
Good evening, everyone. Pamela Brown Colbert. I came in just like Paula in the middle of a challenge, so I wasn't even a part of the entire 490-day challenge. I actually met Dr. Kathy through a mutual friend. I reached out to her on Facebook, told her that I really wasn't at the time interested in building anything. I was already a part of a company and was comfortable with that company, but I was in need of making some extra income, and I wanted the kind of money that Dr. Kathy was making, bottom line. So I got in on the challenge, made a big sacrifice just like Paula, and that was mid-October. By the time we closed that challenge, December 29th, I had a balance of over $80,000 from my initial investment. I actually tripled it. So Dr. Kathy asked me to do a testimony. I was definitely adamant about being a part of this challenge because everything she said, she proven to be true. And I am extremely grateful because just this week alone, this challenge started Monday, January the 8th. And I'm just going to say just this morning alone, I made over $5,000. I'll share my profits as well, if that's okay with you, Doctor.
Yes, go right ahead.
So this morning alone, as you can see, January 11th, on 2 trades, I turned $50 into $5,156. That is amazing. I don't know about anybody else on this webinar. All I know is I have never in my life made $5,000 in 45 minutes legally. And I can cash this out at any time to provide for my family. Just since this challenge started from the 8th, I had actually more trades. I just wanted you to see from Monday until this morning, which is the last 2 trades that I just showed you, I made $13,277 between Monday and this morning. So this has definitely changed my family's life forever. I have 5 streams of income. And all I know is if something happened to the other 4 streams of income, meaning my personal businesses, the company, or my husband's job, I can trade Forex currency for the rest of my life and be able to provide for my family without any worries. So for me, I am forever grateful for Dr. Kathy. Thank you so much. I do exactly what she say. And you can see the proof right there in front of you. So thank you so much, Dr. Kathy.
Thank you, Ms. Pam. That's why I told you she is the $1 billion lady. She came in like a beast and just took it by the horns and just ran with it. But when you follow the steps that I give, I won't lead you wrong. You get 10 pips and then we out. I'm looking for Dana. Is Dana on? Dana, if you're on, can you unmute and give your testimony? Ms. Pam made $5,000 in 45 minutes. That's how serious this is. I get joy out of seeing other people do what I've done and do it better than I did. Okay, Dana's not out there. Let me hear from Natasha Ladybug. Miss Ladybug, I see you on here. Can you unmute and give a quick testimony? Ladybug, you still on there or did you get off?
Hey, Dr. K, I'm here. I was bathing my baby.
I'm like, okay, I know I saw her. Okay. Give a quick testimony real quick.
Well, I started this, the last challenge, this challenge I started, I didn't start with as much as everyone else. I started with a small balance of actually just $100, and I'm at $220 for the week. So I doubled, a little more than doubled the account for this week. So and we don't trade a full week, we trade 3 days. So that's that's a great turnaround for 3 days of trading.
Yes. See, and she took $100 and she doubled hers. So it's not on the deposit that you put in there. It's all you have to do is just follow the instructions. What I give you, you will meet your goal within that time frame. As you on there more, it's only 3 trading days out of the week that I have time to get on and trade with you guys. And then the challenge, I ask that you don't put any other trades in that challenge so that you can actually take it and show other people that this actually works. Now, greed will kick in because people, oh, Dana, you're on. Okay, unmute, get ready to test the test.
Hi, Dr. Kathy.
Hey, Dana.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm excited. For those of you that don't know me, which is everyone practically on the line, I had never done anything like this before. The superstar Pam that just spoke a few minutes ago is the one who introduced me to this. I actually was on a trip with her and Jazz, and I remember walking a few blocks to get to our hotel, and within those few blocks, I saw them turn a couple of cents into $84 within like 50 minutes. And I was like, what are you guys doing? So they shared it with me, and I think it took about 2 days for me to set up my account and get started. I had missed the initial beginning. This was the last challenge of the challenge, but I started my account with $100. And within, I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks, I was at $1,600. And unfortunately had some issues in my personal life that wasn't able to trade the full amount of trade days. I also went on a trip overseas. But when this challenge came up, I was not going to miss it, and I was going to come in from the beginning, and was so excited to share with my friends and family, my immediate family. And they're all young, my stepkids, and they're trading with me every night, and started just 3 days ago, and my account's at about $1,600 already.
Awesome. You see that? And Renee, Blake, it do sounds too good to be true. And you know the reason why is because we were never taught it. We never did it. We were taught to get a good job, save your money, keep your credit right, and maybe one day you could buy a house. We were never taught to take our money and put it in the foreign exchange market. We would put it in a 401k plan and let it sit there. And I don't know if some of y'all know your money that's in the 401k, they've invested in stocks, but what people are doing now in order to secure their 401k is they're putting it into the foreign exchange market. Even though it sounds too good to be true, this is why only 1% of the world do it. And it's written. You can withdraw your money every day. Now, this is the thing, Sean. When you start making some serious money, now I understand you got to pull money and pay your bills. That's fine. You're going to get taxed on it. It's like a 1099. But when you get to making big money, before you start pulling money, millions of dollars out, hundreds of thousands of dollars out, please find a way to get in touch with me through whoever invites you to this call. They have all my information. Let me know. So that way I can introduce you to Jonathan, my oil well guy. So I can introduce you to David, my real estate investment guy. He has a whole team of lawyers and a whole team that go out, find you the best property so you can put your money into it so that you can get that tax write-off. And please, before you withdraw it, let me introduce you to the guy that set up a trust fund, set up a trust account. And what he does is the money that you say that belongs to your trust, he writes up a paperwork, and make you legal. And this is how Warren Buffett can say that he's only worth $150,000 a year that he get taxed on. And with that, with the 150,000 years, what he's getting taxed on, but everybody knows he's a multi-billionaire, one of the top ones. But this is where you're in control of everything and you own nothing. Your trust fund can pay you at any given time and you not get taxed on it because it's a trust. This is what the wealthy do all the time. This is what they whispered in my ear. I don't want to give the IRS 40% of my money. They already take money as it is. And all they're doing is taking your money, putting it back in the market and making more money. And then give you a small percentage on your income tax of the money that you already put in. And we get so excited to get $1,000 or $2,000 back after they already took our money and invested it and made trillions of dollars. And you only get a couple of thousand back. Elijah, you can start following our system now. What I'm doing is the first 50 people that sign up, and I'm keeping a record of it. Whoever invites you to this call, get back with them. The first 50 people that sign up will get an exclusive exclusive webinar training with me to ensure that all your stuff is set up, to answer any questions that you may have so that you're ready to start trading when we go on Monday night. So if the first 50 people that come in by Sunday afternoon, we will do a training to make sure that everything is set up. You can ask any questions that you want, and we'll go from there. Now, it is $195 to sign up for this program. It's an educational program. This connects you to the company to where you can get the additional educational in the back. My job is to show you how to make your money that you just invested and how to make your $195 back. You heard the testimonies. No, it's $195 one time, and then there's this $145 each month for your to keep going, and it's a tax write-off for you at the end of the year. But you can eliminate that monthly fee by inviting 2 more people, and then the company will pay your tuition, and your fee is waived. So you get 2 people, and it's free.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to show you how to make your $145. You got 30 days to pay that $145. Please pay your bill. Do not make all this money and then don't take $145 out to pay your bill. It is worth every penny. Every penny. So the first 50 people that sign up by Sunday, You will get an exclusive training only for 50 people. That's it. And then we'll help you get set up, get started, make sure everything is in place, answer any questions that you may have. Don't come in thinking that you're going to read the charts off the bat. You're not. It takes time. And what I'm doing is showing you how to make money while you're sitting and waiting. Miss Paula, she told you her testimony. She hadn't even been in for 60 days. And she's learning now, but she's made $10,000 plus since she's been in. Pam got in, only been in 70 days trading, and she's made $80,000 plus. She at $100,000 now. She made $100,000 in 70 days. Who does that? Renee, only $145 a month for so much gains. My job is to plant the seed. People don't read the Bible. I understand the biblical principles on finance. Only what you do that God has put in the Bible to do is what's going to work. If the richest man that ever lived on this earth and the wisest man invested in the foreign trade, he was buying his wives islands for their birthday, whole countries for their birthday. I wish somebody would buy me a country, but if he could do that,
people to go over her. We're doing a challenge, right?
You can start as little as $100 or $200. $200 is a good cushion. But whatever you have to invest in. Right now, on our second challenge, we started with $1,000. So in order for you to sign up, get back with the person that invited you to this call. They will give you the link in order for you to sign up. It is Thursday night. I don't trade on tonight, and I don't trade on Fridays. Everybody hates the weekends now. They don't know what to do because we make so much money Monday through Thursday morning in the midnight hour in a matter of 15 minutes to an hour. So that's my story. That's my testimony. It is not a scam. It is written. It's good to enter into foreign trade because you never know what bad luck this world is going to give you. This country is in a recession. It's only going to get worse in the middle of until the middle of 2019. Towards the end of it, it'll start lightening up because it started in 2016 where we hit this recession. And it's going to continue on. In the last 3.5 years, it'll start lightening up. And then you're going to go in a land of 7 years of prosperity. And during that time, instead of blowing this money and wasting this money, let me show you how to make it last and for you to even increase it even more so that you and your family don't struggle. And now your house is backed by Forex and you're a Fortune 500 company all by yourself. The Kirkland House is a Fortune 500 company. I am a Fortune 500 company. I want you to be a Fortune 500 company. Get back with the person that invited you. I hope everybody have a good night. Talk to you soon.